Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the LI Sports Network. We have a JV matchup on the docket. Longwood JV versus Ward Melville JV. The Lions 3-1-1 coming into this game. The Patriots 0-5-0, still looking for their first win. As we turn over towards the tape on both of these teams, Lions only giving up 3.2 goals per game, scoring about 5.8. Patriots are giving up 9.4 and only scoring 1.6 in return. Ward Melville has also had a little bit of trouble staying out of the penalty box. They average 12.8 penalty minutes per game. That equates to just about 6.5 penalties taken per game. Obviously, if there's a 5-minute major somewhere in there, that throws off the numbers a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. As we have the clock set and ready, first 15 minutes are good to go as the Lions take one last huddle before they come out onto the ice. One more thing of note, the Patriots are sitting at 0.0 power play goals per game this season, meaning they haven't converted on a power play opportunity yet. So that's definitely one place where they can look to improve. That might collect some wins for them down the stretch. As we have the puck drop underway. Instant opportunity for the Patriots, and the save is made by the Lions goaltender of Mark Nocerino. Taking a look at the starting goaltender matchup, obviously we just mentioned the man on the left side of your screen, so we'll mention the man on the right, Ethan Schneider, getting the start for the Patriots. O-zone face-off now. Lions looking to repel it back towards the line. Held alive by Febraro, then forced past him. Rattles around back to the neutral zone. Touched up by Taibbi, he gives it away. A centering feed for Ward Melville wasn't bad, but doesn't lead to a shot just yet. Chance now for the Lions. Quick shot. Snapped off to the right. Another opportunity, high slot, plenty of traffic, and the Patriots are able to knock it down. And Ward Melville will get the clear. Plenty of speed. Down the wall and in. Yanti eventually lost his handle. Brought down below the goal line, centered. Hickson looking for a shot, not going to be on target. Bounces off. Another sharp angle, not going to test Schneider just yet. Lions work it over to Ryan Fink, tries for something in the middle of the rink. Fink gets it back, tap pass there, quick shot, Schneider makes the save. Good opportunity right there for the Lions. Definitely knocking on the door for that first goal. Puck cleared up the line, but not out. Smith will come in for the draw, trying to push it forward. It's held alive at the blue line by Braun. Pops around, Smith with a second opportunity to smack at it and does get it out. Hits off a skate right back to his defenseman. Lorenzo getting it ahead. Sent down the length of the ice. Referee's quick to yell icing and will be enforced right back down to Longwood zone. Manchester in for the draw. Poked away by Smith. Taibbi racing after it. Braun beats him there, cycles it down low. Ryan Hickson gets a touch. Puck sails through the slot. Batted off the wall to the blue line and out. Control still belongs to the Patriots. Bank pass just goes past Palomara. Taibbi, lots of pressure behind him from Spronk. Comes up the wall and out of the zone. Well played by the Lions. Manchester fighting through the checks. His shot whistles off wide right, carries all the way out of the zone, straight onto the tape of one of the Lions players to start this break forward. Turned over to Febraro. Looks to slide left. Has Mills there. Mills turns it over down low to Taibbi. Walks it behind his own net. Taibbi with it now. Building some speed up ice, looking for the pass ahead to Shepard just underneath his tape. He'll race to get it back, and Shepard regains. Sliding it away. Shot. They score. Longwood makes it 1-0 early on. I'm interested to see who gets the goal credit because I believe that was number 25. There's no 25 listed on the game or season roster for the Lions here. It goes from 19 up to 29. Definitely no 25. So I'll give you that update as soon as I get it, as Shepard has a chance to play it. It squeaks past him to Febraro. He breaks through some traffic, stepped up and played deep by Lorenzo. Rattles around all the way back. Shepard with control. Offsides for the Patriots, gives plenty of time to Longwood to look at their options. Off to Lorenzo. Still with it now, Lorenzo into the zone, just barely mishandling it. Patriots have numbers back the other way. It's Febraro, their fastest player with it. Fades out wide. Febraro, centering feed, interrupted. Gaudiello with the goal. So Michael Gaudiello wearing number 25 today, not his normal 86, or at least that's what he's listed at. So he took the first goal for the Lions. That's how we're into the 1-0 tilt, as you see him on your screen again. Racing forward. Maraska had the shot there. Maraska down low, battling against Febraro. In front of net has a couple of options, but the Patriots do find it and break it up. Manchester with the touch. Smith looks towards the blue line. As we get towards that 8-minute mark here in the first period, still 1-0 in favor of Longwood. Taibbi takes it up the wall, developing into a 4-on-1. Taibbi looks for the shot himself, saved by Schneider on the blocker. Warren Melville recover in time. Manchester, the first one back, looks to challenge up ice. Manchester one move, poked off his stick, loose in the slot. Palomara, a shot, save is made. Longwood get it out, but not with a lot of control as we're halfway through this first period. Spronk gets a touch. Lorenzo puts it in again. Forced up the wall, but not out. Smith is there with a couple of his fellow Lions to hold. Smith into the low circle, shot rebounds, and it's taken away instantly by Manchester. Once again, the first one up the ice. Manchester racing into two, fades off to the left side. A player driving the net for him as a screen. It's Fabraro out in front. Manchester hands it off. Shot is there, off to the side. Spronk bumped away into the end boards. Lions have it. Little miscue on the clear, and then it's a follow-up from Preston down the ice, and he'll go for a change with the rest of his team. Quick forecheck coming out. That's going to be a forced turnover. Gaudiello to the goal line. Skates back up high, separates from the puck. Starts the cycle. Gaudiello open for the feed. Gets it below the goal. Inverts it. Looking to the high slot. Shot here. Blocker save from Schneider. Right back to Gaudiello. Another tip towards the slot. Redirects Hickson at the blue line. Just gets it in on net. Schneider a little trouble handling it, but does get the save nonetheless. 6:06 remaining in the first period. Gaudiello. Nice couple of moves out in front. Shot low. Schneider closed the 5-hole. Shepard follows up to try to keep it in. Bats it around to the opposite corner. Not held alive. The Lions are forced to reset in the neutral zone. Puck exchanging hands. Gaudiello cuts through the traffic, trying to slide it off to Shepard. Sent up now for the captain. Almost had Shepard there with some room as well. Gaudiello flies in for the takeaway. At the half wall, it's poked off his stick. Sliding all the way back to the Lions' end. Shepard trying to make himself a long option. Lions do work it up. Hickson the trailer. Fabraro trying to separate the puck from his man. Instead, Shepard comes in, sweeps at it in some skates. Poked away from his control again. Cortree. Now Fabraro. Fabraro past the blue line, lots of speed. Interrupted by Nicorchino. Force it back down. Should be an icing as Fabraro races back for it. 4:23 left in the first period. 1-0 the score in favor of Longwood here on the LI Sports Network. My name is Kevin Broder, joined by Rowan Loddick for today's game. We have one more matchup coming up after this. That will be Northport Huntington, their junior varsity team, versus St. Anthony's Black junior varsity team. Obviously, St. Anthony's with the black and gold teams. Maresca up the ice. Puck separated out of his control. Warren Melville looking to generate some offense in the dying minutes of this opening frame. Back onto the stick of Manchester. He's been playing well thus far. Tape to tape ahead, and it will be dumped in. No. Actually carried off sides. We get another whistle. Turnover to Fink. Trying to force his way through. Slides it middle. Not a lot to follow up on there for the Lions. Dumped in now by Sprunk. Twisted around the boards up top for Harms. Picks it off the wall. Looks for Palomara. Lost it in his skates. Time and space now for Taibbi to try to play it up. Taibbi. Going to get it out. Ends up on a shot for Nasarino. Makes the down low save. Second save for Nasarino. Turnover to Manchester. Works it through. Rattles around a couple more times. Now Longwood do get it out. Gianti. Still with it. Gianti giving it off. Good angle. Puck comes back to Gianti. Manchester now from the slot. A great shot. Follow up. Palomara fanned on the opportunity. Stays 1-0 for Longwood as they look to race up the ice. Turnover forced by Smith, racing down. Accidentally putting the shot into the end boards. Wild whack. Lorenzo looking for a teammate. Instead, it's property of Fabraro now. Fabraro looks right, dumped in. Twists all the way around the boards to the near side. Fabraro keeps it there. Pulls up on the skates at the goal line, looking towards the slot. The shot was ripped, deflects around and goes over to the corner. Played back out in front, Leafs in the crease right now. And now Longwood batted aside. Another turnover could be dangerous, but Lorenzo recovers. Not going to be an icing here as the puck didn't have the speed. Braun curls it, ends up with Smith. Hickson. Attacking from the left side. Hickson with plenty of open ice, lining up for the shot. It's up high. Schneider would have been there with the blocker save if it was a little bit lower. Well set up from the Warren Melville netminder. Fabraro now with space and numbers. Poke just away from his grasp. Change for the Lions is going to be good there. Almost in a little bit of trouble, but they avoid it as Braun sends it up. Canino takes a hit from Hickson. His shot ends up in the boards. Mills with it now, looking back towards the center. A couple of east to west passes, not exactly doing for Warren Melville. Hickson with it again. McCourtry gets it off. Gaudielli into a 2-on-1, passes it off. McCourtry not able to contain it and looks back for Shepard with 10 seconds left on the clock. Warren Melville looking for one final rush, battling the clock with 1 second left. The shot is saved down low by Nasarino. We end the first 15 with Longwood up 1-0. And we're back for the second period. The Lions lead the Patriots 1-0 after the first 15 minutes. Shepard will race after that loose puck. Harms got the first play at it, but it's still in deep, and a quick shot from an awkward angle. Guadiello did get that on net, but Schneider obviously made the save. That would have been an awkward goal to say the least. Cortree back to Guadiello. Looking for Shepard. Couldn't get it through the traffic. Byers. Down for Shepard. Walks the goal line. Shot up high, I believe, hit into the mask of Schneider. Turnover. Guadiello out in front. Shot saved by Schneider. Face off in the offensive end now. Gigante trying to win out. Cuts past the blue line, down the wall. Gigante looking out in front, almost had Palomara there. Follow-up shot, saved by Cecchino. Excuse me, Nasarino. Still thinking back to the game I was doing yesterday for St. Anthony's with Cecchino in net. He had a good game. Nasarino once again covering up. Manchester in for the tie-up. Forces it down low. Braun will watch the puck die out in front. They'll tap it over to Schneider. A lot of whistles to start off the period. A little bit of a slower momentum than we saw in the first. Raskik wins it off to Fink. Up to the blue line now with Hickson. Walks right, shot, traffic in front. Touch with a high stick, and as Longwood are the first ones to play it, we'll get another whistle. So the face-off will move into the neutral zone now. Actually going to go all the way down the ice. Still 1-0. It's been a very low-scoring game. Low action as well, not a lot of high-quality looks for either side. So burying the chances that you get are going to be very, very important. Puck tied up at that far blue line, and we're going to get a whistle here. Might be a penalty upcoming. Could just be a hand pass, more likely the call. We got a face-off from the neutral zone here. Tabraro couldn't win it back. Possessed. Now over to Taibbi. Looks to flip it to the neutral zone. Fabraro gets back in the defensive end. Power moves around one stick. Now looking to challenge Smith. Cuts past Taibbi. Pulls up on the skates but loses his handle. Smith with it now below his own net. Taken back by Fabraro. Lifted from behind. Smith just pesky right there. Puck pinched into the boards. Rattles, shakes free. A shot hits right into Taibbi before it's cycled down and around. Canino with a chance Forward Melville. Canino lost it out. It's sent away, and this is going to be a potential breakaway ahead. Not a lot of speed, and the shot whistles through the crease. Braun, pressured but not into a turnover as he finds it onto the tape of Febraro. Driving all the way through that traffic, Febraro cuts out wide, looks for the centering feed, and just barely going past Canino. Now Smith with it, challenging Febraro. He'll win out that battle. Febraro sends it to the far side. Mills trying to work it up the wall. Shepard coming back for it. Takes control for the Lions. Now Shepard finding some open space. Puts on the Jets. His right arm out trying to buy some space. Pinched into the boards by two different players. At the blue line now with Hickson. Takes a shot. He scores. Long range snipe. Ryan makes it 2-0 Lions. Puck right back to action for Ryan. As he gets it into the zone, Shepard can't hold. Manchester. Past the blue for Manchester. Looks back. Couldn't get it through the traffic. This is going to be a breakaway. Gaudielli, joined by a teammate. Gaudielli gives it off. Not saved. Oh, for a second I thought that Schneider had it. Not sure if that was Shepard or McLaughlin. Looked like it was Shepard. 297s on the roster for Longwood. But it was Shepard there for the goal. Schneider definitely got a piece of the original shot, but it just popped out under his pads. Hickson's goal just put in. Shepard did get the second. I wonder if Keith McLaughlin wearing a different number tonight. I haven't spotted him just yet. Gaudiello circled it down low. Gigante is able to play it out, and Manchester's behind the entire line. Manchester being pestered, still comes away with it. His shot save made. Nasarino out in front. A goal at 11:26 and 11:03 for the Lions. As Nasarino will cover up a puck in front of him. Febraro wins it back. Braun, his shot blocked in front. Comes right back to him. Braun looking for a pass this time. Hit off the stick of Febraro, but deflects out. Febraro will build speed. Cuts up instantly through the center of the ice. Febraro still going on his horse, looking for a coast-to-coast mission. Overskates it just a little bit. Recovers into the left wing corner. Febraro now rotates it up the wall. Shot through traffic, save Nasarino. Rebound is loose. Both teams smacking at it. Febraro gets on top of the puck, brings it back out in front, and it's still denied. Braun with the glove down, wobbly, and now this is going to be a breakaway. Here come Longwood, looking for their fourth of the game. Schneider can't get it. Oh, got it off the post and underneath. Back and forth action. Longwood just inches away from their fourth of the game. Oh, the referee's determining that that went in. So excuse me. Didn't see the arm get extended out there. I thought that hit off the post and went out underneath Schneider. Fabraro right back to it. Face-off won by the Lions. It's back for Ryan Hickson, who has a goal in this game. Giganti. Pass Depp. Giganti looking for a shot. Hit Hickson. Karam's out. Depp with a chance to play it. Slides it towards the middle. Smith clears it. Fabraro again. Good edge work for Fabraro. Building speed into the offensive end, diving below the goal line, looking to wrap onto the far side, was met by Smith, and the puck is out. Leonardo with it again. This time it's his speed up the rink. About halfway through this second period, obviously. That means we're halfway through the game. Fabraro was trying to hold it. Ward Melville was almost caught into another breakaway there. Hickson losing track of it. Now Hickson with a chance to bring this forward. Stick lift from behind. Not going to get it away from Giganti. Hickson with it again. Flips the skates, looking for a pass. Fanned on it slightly. Taken away by Mills. At the wall, Mills looking for a centering feed. Whistles right in front of Nasarino. Smith banks it ahead, and it should go down the rink for an icing. Referees will blow their whistle with 7:41 remaining in the middle frame. Face-off won by Manchester into the slot. Spronk trying to get his hand at it. Instead leads to a rush back the other way. Where Melville do have plenty of bodies back, so it's not exactly a dangerous one. But obviously they need offense on the other end to start eating away at this 4-0 lead that Longwood has. Shepard available at the near point will activate down the wall, returning it down low for his team. Shepard gets it back. Walks right, cuts left. Shepard looking for a pass underneath his stick, couldn't connect it. Guardielli does recover, pass to the slot, they score! $5-0 now for Longwood, as the Lions are looking to claim their fourth win of the season. Courtry scoring the goal right there. As we're going to get a quick whistle off the face-off. Face-off will come in the neutral zone. Zaino not able to hold it in off the wall. Comes back to Hickson. Now Palomara on the intercept. Palomara looking for the shot through the legs. Maresca will dump it in. Ford checking on his own attempts. Helped out there by Ryan Fink on the right wing. Hickson cuts through a pair, chopped off his stick. Zeno is there to cover it up. Dumps it in, back for Braun. Zeno on the forecheck. Puck worked up the walls, held alive. Maresca trying to turn the corner, but his team forced out and to reset. Maresca to the circle, dribbles it out in front, and Schneider will cover up in time. Smith on the draw, gets it back to the blue line. Taibbi with just a little bit of time. It's knocked aside by Febraro. Straight onto the stick of Mills. Turns it over to Taibbi. Swipes it around to Smith, taken back by Mills. Rattles through some skates. No one with clean possession just yet. Homus puts it past the blue line. Gigante claiming it in his own end. Looks to race around Depp. Gigante interfered by Taibbi at the blue line, and as it's touched up by Longwood, it's going to be a tripping on Taibbi. 2-minute power play for Ward Melville as the Lions coach a little perplexed about the call. Manchester slides it left, getting the return feed at the blue line. Decides to rotate it down low to Mills. Can't work it up the wall cleanly, and it's played by Smith down the rink. Plenty of room for Leonardo. Will pull up at the blue line, making sure his team's not going to get called off sides on the play. Around Depp, cutting past a second player, and the shot saved by Nasarina. .435 left in the second period. $1:22 on the power play. Longwood with one too many out. Puck comes dangerously bouncing in front of Nasarino. Shakes it off with a little helmet right there. Manchester, clean control, gives it off for a quick shot. Popped high into the air, glove down, still loose in the crease. And a follow-up bid will go wide over to the right by Febraro. Manchester still controlling the pace of play. Carries it around to the blue line before dumping it back down low. And Hortree looking for an exit option. Gives it off to Shepard. Inverts, Shepard finding space down low in his zone, and will be able to clear it out. Gigante quarterbacks the power play. Looking for Febraro, instead hits it to Manchester. Stutter steps around one. Manchester has a second down low. He shoots and scores. Deflects off a body. And Ward Melville have their first. So it's a power play goal for Warren Melville to get onto the board. Taibbi out of the box now. Manchester with the goal at 3:38 makes it 5-1. Longwood trying to get back into their offensive ways. Not that they're in any pressure right now, still nursing a 4-goal lead. Puck does come out for Schneider. Quick reflexes, gets on top of it. Fink looking to hold it. Couple of bumps traded below the goal line. Puck almost pops in front, and Schneider trying to find it. Gets the benefit of a quick whistle. Just under 3 to play in the second. Fink taps it forward. Guadiello puts it around the boards for Hickson. Holds it alive, looks for a return play to Michael. Couple players getting tied up, puck still loose. Bump around the boards, comes out, Fink, one-timer, save made by Schneider. Off the draw, Braun with a chance to play it out. A little bit of help along the boards. It does get past the blue line, quickly reset. Braun overskating it by just a smidge. Smith not able to hold it at the blue line, comes back to Longwood's end. First time in a while, first time really since Warren Melville found that power play goal. Up the ice now. Omis does get it a little bit deeper for Smith to the goal line. Smith out in front, they score! Longwood pile on another. They're ahead once again by 5. I believe it's Depp who's going to get the finishing touch on this play. Taibbi, pressured by Sprunk, twirls it around up to the boards. Comes off for Manchester. Weaves around a little bit of traffic. Manchester. Dumped in again by Giganti. Sprunk battling forward in the corner, helped out by Palomara, but turned over out in front of the Longwood net as they'll clear it with $1:12 left in this second period. Travels all the way down the ice for an icing as Leonardo was the first one back. $6 left now. Quick save by Nasarino. Pops high into the air, lands down the corner. Nasarino making a second stop and having a little conversation with Lorenzo, who almost tipped it into the net. Never interfere with a goaltender, as this could almost lead to a breakaway for Longwood off a home run pass. Shepard, with 40 seconds left, starts the cycle, giving it back over. McCourtry had his pass interrupted. That's Palomara here. Looking across. Gianti pulls up at the red line. Trying to dance around the traffic. Gets it down low. His centering feed instantly broken up, and Shepard has control once more with 20 ticks remaining in the second period. Shepard weaving through the traffic. Shepard on a shot. Just snapped it a little high. Karams off the end boards, around for Hickson, keeps it there. Back to Shepard, slides it. One-timer, does play on net. Schneider made the save. McCourtry with 3 seconds left. One more attempt. Quick shot at the buzzer, not gonna go. And we'll end the second period at a scoreline of 6-1 in favor of Longwood. We'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back for the third period here on the LI Sports Network. Longwood up 6-1 right now, as Nasarino just has his equipment tended to for a quick second before we get back into action. Helmet issue right now with Nasarino. As it looks like Nasserino is ready to go now, so game going to be put back into action here in the third period. Final 15 minutes of regulation. Again, Longwood lead by a hefty 5-goal lead. Hickson racing after the puck into his own ends. Spins it high off the glass, but not out. Comes right back to him. Hickson on the second clearing attempt gets it up to Jeremy. A little bit of help and stays in. Actually at the blue line, Hickson skates onto a loose puck and now does get going north. Hickson still with some speed. His shot rings off the crossbar and out of play. Face-off will come to the right side of Schneider. Tap back, Hickson with it again. Hits it straight off his skate, takes a wild bounce into his own end. Luckily, Longwood get back in time. Lorenzo gives it off. Maresca pulls up behind his own net. Plenty of pressure out in front, forced into a turnover. Ward Melville looking for a screen, but it's an easy save for Nasserino. Take another whistle, 13:59, so we got a minute already done. Again, Longwood, the clock is your friend right now, as they try to get their 4th win of the season. Would come at the expense of the Patriots' 6th loss. Palomara spins it down low, almost for a shot. It was sprunk on the near post, couldn't rip it. Comes loose to Depp, and he'll send it down the ice. Gianti should be the first one back, forces it to an icing, and another whistle. D pass comes to Sprunk, popped up high. Smith trying to find it in his skates. Karam's down low for Taibi. Taibi off the glass, should go down for another icing. Another slow start to a period in terms of the whistles. The first and second both started this way as well. Breakout coming here. And an offside's called, as Shepard was already past the blue. Off the draw, the puck ricochets back into the Longwood zone. Backhander from Hickson doesn't quite clear past Palomara. Turns it into a shot. Hickson got it in his skate. Karam's up and out. Guardiello looking through traffic. Gets it off. Shepard, one more pass. Shot. Save made, I believe, by Schneider. If not, it Karam'd off of one of his players. Regardless, it's worked ahead for Manchester, as he's past the blue line, cutting through one player, then losing his handle. Swept to the far boards. Guardiello again. Guardiello, excuse me. Guardiello to the goal line. Pulls up in the corner, pressured by Spronk. Puck pushed off his stick. Guardiello now out in front, tap to Shepard, looking to get it in. They score. Make that a 7th goal now for Longwood, with 12:17 remaining in regulation. So Shepard will get the goal credit on the most recent tally. And there's McLaughlin. Finally was able to read his number. Number 22. So McLaughlin, Keith McLaughlin, that is, listed as number 97 with Shepard. Obviously, that would be a nightmare. So actually wearing number 22. Now, where's my pen so I can write that down? There we go. Febraro cuts in his own zone. Past McLaughlin, spills a tire. Maresca. Zano. Bounced off the wall back into center ice. Maresca has some room. Wiggles it around Febraro to McLaughlin. Cuts past the blue now. Looking towards the middle. Shot hit off of Taibbi, unfortunately, for Longwood. Definitely would have went on net testing Schneider. Rattles free. Taibbi looking for the pass. McLaughlin didn't have his stick down in time. Or Melville get it cleared. Give it off to Febraro. Not a lot of speed through the neutral zone, so he slides it back over. Rushed up by Mills. Looking to return the favor. Febraro almost a pass off the pads for a bank-in goal. But the Lions avoid the danger. Taibbi in his own end now. Gives it ahead for Nick. That pass off to the far side wall. Long Ranger. Batted down by Braun. Out of the zone just barely. McLaughlin not able to hold it. Loose puck will be swept up by Taibbi. Looks ahead. Jeremy cuts right. Chases his own loose puck. Febraro still in a long shift right now. Gets the pass off to Braun. Hickson, can he get there before Febraro? Kind of. Dangerous puck. Ward Melville, get it down low. Nasserino fighting for it, makes another save. Now it's down below the goal line. Opportunity, Nasserino says no, flashes out the leather and gets a whistle. Turnover, Leonardo spins past Smith. His shot instantly blocked in front. Lorenzo probably is going to feel that one in the morning. Here's Manchester with it again. Looking for Spronk, tipped to Palomara, taken away by Lorenzo. Overplays his hand. Now it's up for grabs in the neutral zone. Giganti with clean control, Manchester. Tipped by Depp. Manchester walks back, now builds his speed. Manchester through a couple of poke checks past the blue line. Manchester looking for a shot, fought off by Nasserino. Rebound goes below the goal line. Giganti with it again. Twirls it off the backhand, down low for Spronk, batted away. Should be Lions' puck as they work it up the boards, but not out. Held alive by Leonardo, pressured there by Smith. Has Manchester to come in to help out. Hickson a chance at it. Manchester plays it past him. Down for Palomara. Has a man out in the middle. Denied down low by Nasserino. Once again, carrying up the wall. Giganti off for Manchester. A wild bounce and a high stick should be called here against Spronk. Longwood going to send it all the way down the ice to erase the 6-on-5, but they'll head to the power play with 8:20 left in the third period. Aiello, McCourtry. Looks towards Shepard, doesn't pull the trigger. Instead, it's up high for Taibbi. Has space and time. Byers takes the shot, save made by Schneider. Still loose down below the goal line. Shepard trying to get onto the loose change. Assisted down low. And War Melville are able to wiggle it up and out. Just trying to kill off the next $1.30. Byers. Ahead, Shepard. Past the blue line unbothered. Shepard cuts middle, dangles, back to the right side, takes the shot, big rebound. Aiello pulls the wire. Cross, Byers. Byers loads up his cannon. Karam's off, McCourtry still in the offensive end, has options. Chooses Byers again for another shot. Glove save, Schneider. Puck accidentally passed the point. Nasarino takes the chance to play it up. Maresca, long ranger, saved down low by Schneider. Rebound claimed by McLaughlin over at the near half wall. Gives it up for a one-timer from the blue line. Rattles off to the right side. Smith pokes it alive up top. It's Hickson with it again, accidentally playing it out of the rink for another whistle. It's 6:51 remaining in regulation. Hickson, just barely keeping it at the blue. Gives it off to McLaughlin, trying to return the favor. Gets down low, save made initially by Schneider. 18 seconds left in the power play. Fink looks middle. Knocked aside, Fink trying to get there. Manchester to claim it first. Manchester will just dump it in. It twirls around the boards. Back for Nasarino, and we return to 5-on-5. Just over 6 minutes to play in the third period. Spronk back out of the box. Served his 2 minutes for high sticking. Actually officially labeled as a cross check. Byers. Still holding on to it. Slides it up the wall. Maresca looks for his shot. Hits off a shin pad. Hickson, dangerous move right there. Dangles around one more. Comes out in front. The backhander save made. Schneider. Rebound is covered up by the Ward Melville netminder. You know, Ryan Hickson's officially listed as a defenseman. I don't think he knows that. Shot ricochets off for Depp. I swear, every time he touches the puck, he's trying to dangle the entire team for a goal. As this is going to be a breakaway for Ferraro into a one-on-one. Looking for the shot on Nasarino. Closes up the 5-hole and makes the save. Ward Melville still in the zone, though, with control. Gigante does send it out in front. Ferraro fumbles on the opportunity, so Depp breaks it out. Looks off to his left side. Into a 2-on-1 past the blue line, but Palomara is back for the interception. Sends it up for Ferraro. Dangles around two. Ferraro into another breakaway, this time with Spronk off to his left. Spronk takes it back to Ferraro. Save made by Nasarino. 4:40 left in regulation as Shepard's going to get control off the draw. Already past the blue line, loading up his shot. It's up above the crossbar. Continues around the zone, held alive for just a second by Guadiello. Now carried out. Up for grabs at the blue line. Comes popping down low. What a save by Nasserino. Couple robberies in the last couple of minutes. Nice face-off win right there for the Lions. It's right out of their end. Shepard playing whack-a-mole. Corchery Pep. Once again, Ryan Hickson with it. Let's see if he tries for any magic. Nope, just a safe pass towards the blue line. Collected by Lorenzo. Off to Shepard, but they're offsides. 3:43 left. Shepard looking for something towards the slot. They tap it out in front, and they score. Longwood up 8-1. So Longwood just looking to kill out the remaining 3:25 of this clock. Reminder that we have a varsity game going on behind us right now as Ward Melville look for a little bit of late game pressure. It's Connecticut Sayville up against Middle Country. The T-Birds lead the Cougars at a score of 3-2, but the most recent goal was scored by the Cougars, so maybe a comeback in the cards for them. One more game will follow this on the North Rinks here at the Rinks. And that game will be Northport Huntington, the Tigers, taking on St. Anthony's, their JV black team. St. Anthony's 5-0 for their black team on the season. Northport Huntington, the Tigers, 0-4-1, still looking for their first win of the season. Obviously a loss in overtime. That's about as close as you can get. Actually, I believe that's a tie in overtime is how the official scorekeeping is done here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Fink, good chance here. Flutters it above the crossbar as we grace just about to the 2-minute marker. Ward Melville could get into a foot race up the ice. Here comes Manchester in one-on-one. His shot saved far out of the net by Nasserino. Manchester back into his own end. At the conclusion of this game, barring a divine act of the hockey gods, Longwood will be 4-1-1 on the season, at the expense of Ward Melville falling down to 0-6. As the Patriots look for another breakout opportunity. Puck rattling around up in front. Nasserino not required to make a save there. Now gets an opportunity and covers up with the glove. Nasserino staying sharp in the dying seconds in this game. After the varsity game that's going on behind us, there will be one more. That is between KPC and St. Anthony's. Friars already with a loss on the season in the varsity division. If you remember back to last year, they went undefeated for quite a bit of time. But they did fall at the hands of East Islip. And the Chiefs are also having a fairly good season for themselves, although they have losses to Northport and Smithtown Hophogs, so I'm sure they'll tell you they have some room to improve because they want to be the top dogs when everything is said and done. Under a minute to play here on the South Rinks. Longwood with an impressive outing thus far. Taibbi just trying to put the finishing touches on the game with one more rush up the ice. Down to the circle. Taibbi wraps the net. Pass up. Depp circles it back down low. As the save will be covered up by Schneider. Smith for one O-zone draw. Does win it out. Pulls up in the corner, gives it back to Taibbi, rotates it down low for Smith. Actually comes onto the stick of Depp. Battles for it there. Fabraro lost it in his skates, returns down low, and that should do it for this game. Clock at 3, 2, 1, and nothing. As we hit triple zeros in the third period, Longwood will take an 8-1 lead. Or victory, I should say, against Ward Melville. And that is how we will end this broadcast here on the LI Sports Network. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with one more JV matchup between St. Anthony's and Northport. Once again, final score 8-1 Longwood.